Howdy folks, how you doing? I want to talk about this Casey Anthony trial for a minute here. It's been on my mind. Uh, Years ago I saw a movie, it was a detective movie, a crime drama, in which someone fell to their death out of a several-story building. I don't remember who was in it, or if it was a movie or just an episode of some TV show, but the episode of the movie was called One Shoe Makes It Murder. And in this episode, the person who fell, when they hit the ground, they had one shoe on, and there was a shoe left up on the terrace where they fell from. And the detective said, that if the person had both shoes on, it could be an accident. If the person had no shoes on, maybe they took their shoes off and left them up on the terrace before they jumped off, if it was suicide, But when there's one shoe left on the terrace and one shoe left on them on the bottom of the pavement, that shows there was a struggle. No one's going to jump off, commit suicide to take one shoe off. So the episode was called One Shoe Makes It Murder. The thing about Casey Anthony is it's kind of like an old Columbo show. The old Columbo series. I just loved Columbo. If Columbo could catch somebody in a lie, about where they were when the murder was committed, which they were all, if you could catch them out trying to figure out, if you could catch them trying to, hide what they were doing when the murder committed or whatever, or saying they were one place when they were another, then it was obvious they committed the murder. That was enough evidence to convict them in court. I'm not sure it is in real life, but that's what we've got here in this case. I mean, Casey Anthony, she lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. Her child was missing. They've admitted now in court that she knew it was dead. For 30 days she lied about it to everybody, said she was still alive, or a nanny had it or whatever. That proves she's involved in that death, pure and simple. She's guilty, just as guilty as hell. Because one shoe makes a murder. And when someone like that lies and lies and lies about their whereabouts and tries to cover things up, it means they were involved somewhere. It's that simple. And there's tons of other evidence too. Whether or not, she accidentally killed her child using chloroform, I don't know. Trying to put, make the kid go to sleep or whatever, I don't know. I can't imagine what kind of parent would do such a thing. I really can't. The odd thing is, if she did accidentally kill her child with chloroform, trying to get the child to go to sleep or whatever, if she'd reported that, she would have been done for manslaughter, no doubt about it, and she might have, got a 7-year sentence and served 2 or 3 years. But as it is now, she could get the death penalty. The story about the child drowning in the pool and her father telling her to cover it up, I don't buy that for a second. But that again, if that had actually happened, that wouldn't, But I heard there was a little water bottle found by the body that contained a syringe that had chloroform in it. That kind of, blows that theory that the child drowned accidentally. Crazy. People are kind of obsessed with this case. I went to my mom's house here this week, stopped by, and they had it on. Her and her husband there watching this thing, and had been avidly watching it. And you ask why? Why do people care? Well, I think just because it's such aberrant behavior. And I've asked myself, is there something weird going on in that family? There are weird things going on. The fact that their mom and dad hid her pregnancy from her brother for months and lied about that, well, that's weird. There's some weirdness going on. I don't know that she was molested by her father, as she claims now. There's some weirdness going on there, but one tends to think, well, some really strange things went on to make this person into a sociopath, because she must have been molested or beaten or something by her father or mother or something to be such a sociopath and have no empathy for other people. And that happens sometimes with people like that, I guess. But the other thing is, I was looking up sociopath on Wikipedia, psychopaths, things like that. There's a theory in psychology and science that sociopaths are not necessarily made, they are born. people without any empathy for other human beings, who just see other human beings as objects to be used or discarded, that it's actually a genetic anomaly. And in that case, they could have nothing to do with their parents. Their parents could be totally innocent in this, completely in everything. They just happen to have a child that happened to be missing the gene for empathy. So that when, she gets tired of having a baby or child, which, it's easy for her just to, well, okay, I'll just smother it, or I'll just kill it, or whatever, get rid of it because I want to go party, And I think a lot of the country is thinking that their parents are, monsters in some way, and they may well be. But it also could just be they were just unlucky enough to hit the unlucky lottery to get that 1 in a million person, well, probably more like 1 in 100,000 person who's just a sociopath, has no feeling for the people. They can mimic it, they can pretend, they can smile and laugh, and they can mimic love, but in fact they don't have any attachment to anybody, or love or anything else. They just all they care about is themselves, which is interesting because sounds like every girl I've ever dated or been in love with. I have terrible taste in women. I will say this though, crazy women are great in bed. They're fantastic in bed. They're just crazy, that's all. Someday I'd like to date a woman who's not nuts. I really would. But I've never really, fallen in love with or dated one who wasn't really pretty much completely nuts. I blame myself. Because after all, I picked these women. Or it could be that there's no such thing as a sane woman. I'm not quite sure. I've never met one that I've really known. I mean, some seem sane until I get to know them. Then it's quite clear that they're quite, certainly and pathologically insane. So, I know a lot of women out there who look sane. I meet them at Costco, and I see them. They look like they're sane, but then, I kind of wonder if I actually got to know them, if I'd find out the sad truth they're totally insane. Anyway, that's it. I tend to make a comment about that. Hope it's not too crude making jokes at this. It's a pretty serious subject, actually. Talk to you later.